This is the Art Marketing Minute with Eric Rhodes, author of the Amazon best-selling book, Make More Money Selling Your Art. In the Marketing Minute, we answer your questions to help your art career. Brought to you by artmarketing.com, the place to go to learn more about marketing. Now, here's your host, Art Magazine publisher, Eric Rhodes.
Thank you, Jim Kipping, and thank you for joining us today. I am here. My goal is to eliminate the idea of the starving artist. So let's get right to today's questions. This is a question from Susan Estill. Susan says, are all art marketing websites equal? And if not, why? And what do you recommend? Well, Susan, I'm going to tell you a little bit of a secret. I don't know the answer to that. You see, I don't ever want to be accused of stealing other people's ideas, so I make a point never to look at the websites offering art marketing ideas. I never read other people's art marketing books. I want to keep my ideas original, make sure that I'm not stealing other people's material. So I quite frankly don't know. The only thing I can recommend is my own, which is artmarketing.com, where I blog about marketing. And I'm sorry I'm not more of a help, but I'm sure there's great people out there, but I'm unique because I've coached hundreds of artists, handled ads and content for lots and lots of advertisers over a career in radio and marketing, built lots of businesses. And so I probably approach things a lot differently than most art marketing people do. And so I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying I'm probably a little bit different because I've got a lot of proven success in art marketing. No brag, just fact. Anyway, I'm sorry I couldn't answer your question more, but I'm sure I can help you if you go to artmarketing.com. The next question comes from Ann Dinkelspiel. Sounds like a good German name. Ann says, painting feels like a meditative practice for me. I'm afraid that if I move into trying to sell my art, I will lose my focus. I've sold my art to people I know. I like making money. But the fear remains about introducing an intention to make money into the equation. Well, Ann, you're not alone. I know a lot of other artists feel the same way. They don't want to impact their art with the intention of making money. I suppose even showing your art on social media influences that intention, whether it's for selling or just showing off. And, you know, if you feel like those things influence your painting, I can tell you I have painted something and I thought it was really good, and I'm thinking, well, I can't wait to put this on social media to let everybody know how good I really am. Of course, I'm not, but sometimes you think those things. And so those things do influence you. But the reality is there's nothing really wrong with letting the influence take over, especially if you're trying to make a living or if you need to sell your paintings. So I guess you could kind of carry that whole concept to the idea, well, maybe your life isn't as good if you're working, so you shouldn't have an income, and then, you're going to be totally natural. But that's carrying things to an extreme, I suppose. I can say that the best artists in the world were great marketers. There are painters who were equally as brilliant and never discovered. Like Rembrandt was a great marketer, so was Sargent. They were both great marketers. They both sold a lot of work in their lifetime. So, did that influence their work? Maybe. Was their work awesome? Of course. Sometimes people get discovered, but usually the ones that are remembered are the ones that learn how to market their work. So there's no requirement, of course, to sell your art or to make money. And frankly, if you don't need to, why do it? I don't need to sell my art, but the reason I do sell it is because I like that validation that somebody other than my mother or my family members likes my work and is willing to pay for it. It's not because I need to make a living. And so anyway, there are a lot of artists who need to make a living and need to find a way to sell. And if you don't need to, stay out of the way so they can, I suppose. But if you need to, you might want to consider that the intent of making money will influence your art. And if it does, make what you need and paint the rest for what you want to paint so it's not influenced. Just a thought. Anyway, I appreciate the concept and the thought. Well, this has been the Art Marketing Minute with me, Eric Rhodes. My goal in life is to eliminate the idea of the starving artist and to help your dreams actually come true. So if you want to submit questions, simply email eric@artmarketing.com. And to learn more about marketing ideas, you can visit artmarketing.com. Thanks for listening.